A computer is an electronic machine that performs high-speed mathematical and logical operations. We call electronic data processing. A computer is very much like you when you're trying to solve a problem. In general, a computer's operational functions are input, control, memory, arithmetic or processing, and output. Your input comes through your senses, your sight, hearing, smell, taste, and feel. The computer's input, instructions and information or data, is usually fed into it by punched cards, magnetic tapes or discs, or typing keyboard. You store your information in your own brain or on a notepad. The computer stores information in magnetic memory cores for immediate access or on discs or tapes for later use. When data is fed into a computer, the instructions on what to do are fed with it. These instructions are worked out in advance on a flowchart. It details the steps the computer must take in solving a particular problem. With this kind of computer, the data and instructions are put on cards by punching holes at specific locations on the card. To the computer, each hole or hole, a letter, or a symbol. This is how the card would look if we punched in the numerals 1 through 9, the letters of the alphabet, and some of the symbols. On these cards, the name typed at the top and the information on the courses this student wants to take have been punched in. Also, instructions on what to do with the information. When these cards go into the computer, electrical contact is made at the position of each hole. This tells the computer to add A.B. Dean's course schedule with all the other students' schedules in the school. It is then asked to come up with a master schedule of classes that will work the best for everyone. Computers like this affect your life in many ways. Some are big general-purpose computers designed to store and analyze large amounts of information. For example, let's say you want to buy a ticket on a commercial airline. At the ticket counter, there is a machine for both input and output that is connected to the main computer, which may be hundreds of miles away in another city. You decide on the flight you want, and the airline's employee asks the computer if there is a seat for you on that flight. The answer comes back in seconds. Yes, holding space. These are the steps the computer had to go through in those few seconds. You then buy your ticket, and your name is stored in the computer, listing you with the other passengers for that flight. Banks also use general-purpose computers. If you have a savings account, the money in your account earns interest for you. The bank may have 50,000 savings account depositors like you. With the help of a computer, the bank can calculate every depositor's interest every day in just a few minutes of time. How long do you think it would take you to do the same computation? Computers like this are helping doctors in many ways. Here, a computer analyzes important information about premature babies. There are also special-purpose computers, designed for such uses as providing flight correction information on a trip to the moon. Suppose you're in a capsule traveling through space at about 25,000 miles per hour. With a lot of help from computers at ground control, you'll be put into an orbit around the moon. Now you're in the landing module, headed for the moon's surface. Your job is to land at a specific site. You're on your own now. The sequence of maneuvers to put you there have been programmed into a computer in your craft. A radar tells it your altitude above the moon's surface. The speed and the curved orbit pattern that will bring you in at the right spot must be calculated. The computer automatically controls your approach to the landing area, putting you in position to control the touchdown. Contact. Our moon exploration program would not have been possible without special-purpose computers. Our computer's intelligent. The computer can only solve problems based on the information it is given. So you really can't call it intelligence, because it hasn't got the judgment that you have. Let's try that again. Yes, computers are as accurate as you are. A punched card is our way of communicating with this particular computer. But inside, each character, such as the A, is changed into bits of information. These bits become electrical impulses that can be stored in magnetic memory cores. Bits are represented by 0 and 1, and a combination of bits is used for each numeral, letter, and symbol. For example, the letter A can be represented by 010001, B by 010010, and so on. The numeral 1 can be represented by 000001, 2 by 000010. Each bit of information is stored in sequence in one of these magnetic cores. Electrical current of a core in two directions represents 1. If the letter B is part of the information being stored, it would look like this. Even using just 0 and 1, a computer can do mathematical calculations so fast, we humans aren't even in the same league. It is so fast, the time for its computations is measured in nanoseconds, or billionths of a second. Let's test this speed. You and some classmates have been given the assignment of finding out how many books are in your school library, how many books are out on loan, how many books are overdue, and the average time they are overdue. Your count is complete. So now you have a lot of figures. All you have to do is the arithmetic. A classmate is going to check your calculations on an adding machine just to be sure. Now we'll give the same figures to a computer. Only the computer's figures and the instructions on what to do with them are programmed on punched cards instead of a piece of paper. These are the steps the computer must take to perform this operation. Ready, set, go. Guess who finished first? The computer took 8 seconds. And it can handle several jobs at the same time. Large libraries can store all their book titles permanently in computer language on tapes or disks. Then, when calculations such as this need to be made, the tapes or disks are put into the computer. The arithmetic is then done in the memory cores in a few seconds. Meanwhile, back at the school library, our friend is still hard at work on the figures. His classmate? Well, she's doing better with her machine. An adding machine is really a digital computer. That is, it performs computations with digits or numbers. But it lacks a built-in control. The machine must be initiated by the operator. Well, the adding machine has finished its job with some help. But the manual computer, well, that's still going to take a little time. So let's review what we found out about computers. A computer is an electronic machine that performs high-speed mathematical or logical operations. Its operational functions are input, control, memory, arithmetic or processing, and output. Computers affect our lives in many ways because they greatly increase our ability to accumulate large amounts of information, to analyze it, to store it, and to recall it when needed. Computers are accurate, they are fast, and they help us solve many of the problems in our world that are too complex for us to solve alone. You could almost say computers are extensions of our minds. Well, we've finally finished. So let's compare our totals. Looks pretty good.